Abu Nawas' reply to the king. Abu Nawas just bowed sadly to hear his wife's narrative. Earlier this morning, some of the royal workers on the Titan immediately king of the house demolished the house and continued to dig without being prevented. They said last night Your Majesty dreamed that under the house of Abu Nawas buried gold and priceless gems. But after they continued to dig, it turned out that gold and gems were not found. And Your Majesty also did not apologize to Abu Nawas when compensating. This is what makes Abu Nawas hold grudges. Lama Abu Nawas racked his brain, but he also did not find the trick to reply to the king. The food served by his wife was not eaten because his appetite disappeared. Night arrived, but Abu Nawas still did not move. The next day Abu Nawas saw flies starting to attack Abu Nawas's stale food. He suddenly laughed cheerfully. "Please get a cloth for my food and an iron," Abu Nawas said to his wife. "What for?" his wife asked in surprise. Replying to the king, Abu Nawas said briefly. With a radiant face, Abu Nawas left for the palace. Arriving at the palace, Abu Nawas bowed and said, "Forgive my lord, I am facing Lord my Majesty just to complain about the treatment of uninvited guests. They enter my servant's house without permission from my servants and dare to eat servants' food." "Who are the uninvited guests, O Abu Nawas?" said the king harshly. "These flies, my lord," Abu Nawas said, opening the lid of the plate. "To whom else, if not to your lord? My servant complained about this unfair treatment." "Then what kind of justice do you want from me?" "The servant only wants written permission from his own majesty so that I can freely punish the flies." Your Majesty could not refrain from asking for Abu Nawas's request because at that time the ministers were gathering in the palace. So the king forced to make a permit that allowed Abu Nawas to hit the flies wherever they landed. Without waiting for the command, Abu Nawas began to drive the flies on his plate until they flew and alighted here and there. With an iron stick that he had brought from home, Abu Nawas began chasing and beating the flies. Someone perched on the glass. Abu Nawas freely hit the glass until it was destroyed, then the beautiful flower vase, then it turned the ornamental statue so that part of the palace and its furniture were crushed by Abu Nawas's iron stick. Even Abu Nawas did not feel ashamed of hitting flies that happened to land on the king's jug.